Alex asked, what does the Bible say about more than one baptism? Is it okay to have 2 or 3? So the short answer to that would be...
Well, it's there are times I wish your mic was on.
I just said, yeah, if one's good, then 2 must be better.
Yeah.
We'll scratch that from the record.
Pastor Sam just went,
You know, the whole purpose of the supper is exactly the opposite of that.
Yeah.
and then I would punch them in the throat. If I could reach it.
Is it possible to take the Lord's Supper too infrequently? And if so, what is too infrequent?
Less than weekly? No.
Careful.
So, Rich, wine or grape juice?
I like both. Red wine.
Red wine?
Red wine.
In the Lord's Supper, wine or grape juice?
Yeah, those are the options.
And so if you're genuinely struggling, one of the ways, it's not always a heart issue, it might be a pedagogical issue. You might need some real
Define
formative...
that word for us. Pedagogical. About 3 people in the room know it. And he's one of them.
You got an educational problem, okay?
Okay.
Well,
That cleared it up. Thanks.
Write this down for you visual learners. Google. Go look it up.
It wasn't kind of overly pedantic like mine. It was very, very good, flowed well. And he finished
Pedantic?
with 7. He finished with 7.
Does that come in the dictionary before or after pedagogical?
Googel, Google.com.
In dealing with corporate prayer meetings, this person writes, I've talked to a friend multiple times over many years about the importance of attending church prayer meetings, but this person doesn't see the explicit command in Scripture and therefore doesn't come. What else can I do to encourage this friend?
There's a scene in a recent superhero movie where a fellow who has the tendency to turn green and get big is actively controlling himself, right? That's kind of what I'm doing right now. What?
Not your calves.
What?
Your pants are splitting.
I want to say what? You've got Acts 2:42. They devoted themselves to the prayers. What was that? You've got 1 Corinthians 14 with people praying all over the place in a meeting of the church. You got 1 Timothy 2:8, which no matter how you interpret it, is a reference to let the men pray in every place. That means every place where the church gathers to worship, clearly in the context. Let the men pray in every place, lifting up holy hands without wrath and dissension. The shirt's about to come off, and I'm about to turn green when I hear a comment like that. I mean, I don't know what to say without...
Not Ron's comment.
I know. Ron's comment was great, but this... I mean, what more evidence do we need in the New Testament by way of precedent to show this?
While we're on the topic of superheroes, actually 2 questions. First is for Sam Waldron. What size neck do you have? That's it.
I shouldn't have given that anecdote. I'm not sure, 18 and a half, okay. 19, something like that.
And then
his shirt's button up in front and back.
You could probably guess who asked that question.
It depends how agitated you are.
Yeah.
What?
And another superhero question, does Rich Barcellos double as Iron Man's dad, Howard Stark?
I don't know, but I was thinking about Iron Man someplace in Ron's sermon tonight. I can't remember why.
This one's a little different. It just says, for Ron on it, it says, what is this a sign of?
That God was free to withhold Parmesan cheese from my supper.
What
It's
is that?
It was a Parmesan cheese packet I picked up out of the thing, and it has no Parmesan cheese in it. It's
It was-
an empty.
So that was like
Vacuous-
tribulation for
it
you,
was-
right?
I suffered without Parmesan
Yeah.
cheese.
This is for Pastor Chorizo. Is it true that your sons got their good looks from you? Hold on. Because your wife still has hers.
Yes.
His wife said, good answer. You know where that comes from? I hadn't seen Earl Blackburn, Pastor Blackburn, for a while. He hadn't seen my kids, and they were about 3 or 4 years older. And he says, Bubba, he calls me Bubba, Bubba Barcelou. He goes, Bubba, your kids sure are good looking. They must have got their looks from you, because your wife still has hers. You know.
It's good.
I kicked him in the shins. The low shins.
You know, some of us, myself included, do really good in the low self-esteem glee club. You know, if you're worthless and you know it, clap your hands.
Okay, this next question is almost equally as important. Who cuts Ron Bain's hair? Actually, there's a part 2 to this, and I'm not making this up. Where did Ron get that Hawaiian shirt?
Right across the street from where Rich Barcelos got his haircut.
Okay, all right, thank you.